Hey everybody. So I wanted to make one more video when it came to smooth muscle tissues just so we could break it up a little bit. So this smooth muscle video is going to be talking about two things, gap junctions and pacemakers, as well as contraction and relaxation. So that said, when we're looking at gap junctions and pacemakers, a single unit of a muscle cell can generate the electricity and stimulate other cells through the gap junction. So in other words, if we stimulate one cell, using gap junctions, that one cell can then communicate and stimulate additional cells. This is going to produce a wave-like contraction similar to what we discussed earlier with the cardiac cells. To the best of my ability with my hand, I can show you. So instead of having a generic contraction, we can have a wave-like of contractions, right? So that we can generate different types of contractions for what we're trying to do. In the case of the heart, it's to pump blood. In the case of the esophagus, it is to move food down the esophagus and into the stomach. So that's what's happening here. The first cell to contract is also known as the pacemaker, and this is the one that's going to set off all of the nearby cells. Continuing here with contraction and relaxation, it's a little bit different in smooth muscles. Contraction is triggered by an influx of calcium ions. Most of them are going to come from the extracellular fluid, so it's a little bit different than the skeletal muscles. Also, there is no troponin in the smooth muscle. Instead, there is something called calmodulin, which is going to instead connect with the calcium ions. So another little difference here. When we're looking at smooth muscles, they have this latch bridge mechanism that's going to enable the myosin to remain attached to the actin for a long period of time without needing additional energy. So with that said, all it takes is a little bit of ATP to get this reaction, this contraction to begin. And therefore, because you don't need too much ATP, the smooth muscle is very resistant to fatigue. And therefore, it allows it to maintain its muscle tone for a longer period of time, which is awesome for smooth muscles because things like our intestines, the digestive tract, our heart, all of these different parts of this, well, not our heart's cardiac muscle, but the point is with different smooth muscles that we don't really think about, they're able to continue to do their job over and over again without us really noticing and without us fatiguing because of it. And that's really important. So with that said, this is some information on smooth muscles. And if you have any additional questions on smooth muscles, please let me know.